Good morning. This is a test. I thought that I would offer some short chair yoga classes to some of my friends and students who can't get out to their classes. And even anybody who is stuck at home inside, and really if you have a compromised immune system or are older or infirm in any way, you probably should stay inside or at least away from people. So it's not good to just sit around on the couch and allow yourself to assume this sort of a posture. So if you're on the couch, it would be preferable for you to find a chair, just as long as it's firm. It's nice to have a back, doesn't matter whether it has arms or not. It's also nice if you want to, if you have any kind of a ball, that you can put it behind your back and really stretch over it. Just take a few minutes here and use that as your warm-up, just stretching over the ball. If you don't have one, use like a neck pillow, not a wide one, but a narrow pillow, because what you're trying to do is regain that arch in the low back. One of the tendencies here is to push the shoulders forward. So think of this as a bow. You're just pulling the bow. Hips back, shoulders back. Now, just come upright. Again, try not to lean against the back of the chair. Just come upright. Close your eyes a moment. Keeping your lower belly toned and lifting. Extend up through the crown of your head. Plant your feet parallel on the floor. Feel the firmness beneath you. Imagine that you're just connecting with the earth. Now breathe up and down the spine. Long, deep, coordinated breaths. This yoga breathing technique is known as ujjayi breathing, or just circular breathing. But you're trying to lengthen and even the breath with every breath cycle. Just sitting here like this with a beautiful arch in the low back, heart lifting, core toned and strong, and letting all the muscles of the face, neck, shoulders just relax. That should feel familiar to you. It should feel powerful. But I want you to notice if it's kind of hard to do. Take your hands in front of your heart, bow your head. Set an intention. This can be anything, maybe just so that you want to remind yourself not to go into fear mode or dwell on negativity. This is a time to unplug, turn off the TV, and develop your immune system with positivity. Yes, it can be done. Slowly open your eyes. And now we're going to undulate the spine. I'm just going to round my back so that the spine pushes against the back of the chair. I'm using my abdominal muscles to push. If you have a ball in there, of course you can take it out. Notice again, I'm not jamming my shoulders forward. I tried to wear a cutout shirt today so you could see my shoulders. They're just relaxed. I'm using my core to push against the back of the chair. Now, arch the back deeply. Remember the feel of that ball? And round. Now see if you can connect a breath per movement. Really, this movement is done with your pelvis, isn't it? It's not your head bobbing. It's not leaning back and forward. It's not rounding your shoulders. It's using your core to round your low back. I like to hold on to my knees and my back muscles then to pull the spine in and lift my heart. The shoulders only move incidentally, and I'm trying to keep my ears over my shoulders. Do you feel how powerful that is for your core? If you're engaging and recruiting all of the muscles that move the pelvis back and forth. If I were on my hands and knees, we'd call this cat-cow. All right, now once again, come upright, and you can sorry for that little distraction. Sit upright and keep your belly toned and your spine pulled in. And keeping the right leg on the floor, just take your left leg and pump. You just want to really tone the muscles right above the knee. And I'm just pumping on the gas. Now, try to spread the toes and just push the ball of the foot forward. You're still sitting up. Notice the tendency to tuck the tailbone when you engage your legs. All right, now see if you can make some circles. If you have to put your heel on the floor, that's okay. This really gets the feet and ankles awakened because they correlate with the support of the spine. So when your feet are doing their job, the rest of the body complies. All right, now, just put that foot down, parallel, grab the knees, pull the bow. Relax in an upright position, extend the right leg forward, and pump. Really tone the leg. All right, now push the ball of the foot forward while you spread the toes. This really works the arches of the feet. All right, make some nice little circles. Make actually as big of a circle as you can. And then the other way. All right, beautiful. Bring that foot down, pull the bow. So after every movement, I come back to this prime movement, which is a bowspring. It's developed by John Friend and Desi Springer. Lift the heels, press the balls of the feet on the floor. Grab a hold of the knees and pull the bow. Tone the belly in and lift the heart. By doing this, you're going to feel the muscles all down the back. Look over the left shoulder. Look over the right shoulder. Come back to center and pull the bow. Keep the lower belly lifting so you don't just crimp your low back. This keeps traction in the spine. Keeping the heels lifted, point the heart upward and extend your hands up. Reach for the ceiling. Breathe. Really extend and lengthen the spine. Bring the hands back down and back onto the knees. Bring the feet flat. I want to show you another little tool. Those of you who have a yoga belt can use it here. You can also use any kind of a belt or even a towel. All right, let's try this again. Heels lifting, balls of the feet pressing down. Use your core muscles, use your spinal muscles to lift upward. Extend your spine. Now, pull the bow. Bring the belt over your head. And if you begin to bend your elbows, I want you to bring the belt back down until you can straighten your arms. If you can straighten your arms, bring them upward. If you can arch back a little more, that's great. That really works the back. Stretch more through the left arm now and arc to the right. Keep breathing, keep lifting the heels. Inhale back up to center. Arc left. Keep extending the arms. Think about pulling your ribs apart. And back up to center. Try one more little back bend from the low back all the way up. Don't drop your head back, but try to look upward. Keep breathing deeply. Now exhale your arms back down. Just relax. Keep the nice lift. Relax your feet flat. Take your belt now so that there's just a small distance between, I'm going to say that's about 5 or 6 inches. Inhale the arms up. Stretch. Come up to the balls of the feet, lift the heels. You're going to feel how that engages all the back muscles. Now you're going to put this belt right at the occipital ridge. That's at the top of the neck, base of the skull. Press your head back and lift your heart. Keep breathing. You should feel all of your core muscles engaging. Now, arc over to the left. Lift your right elbow. Head back. Keep arching the back. Should be looking at the ceiling. Inhale, back up. Keep breathing. Arc right, chin up, heart lifting, heels lifting. Breathe. On the next inhale, come up. Head back, elbows forward. Lift your elbows so that you can see them in your eye line and they're pointing toward the ceiling. Pressing your head back, lifting your elbows. You're still engaged from the low back all the way up. You should be feeling heat right now. Now, extend your arms up straight, feet flat, keeping the length in the spine. Bring the hands back down. Very good. Just take a moment here to feel how much posture and alignment you've regained just by stretching, by exaggerating that arch in the back. Again, this kind of slumping, if you do this now, it should hurt or not feel good. Let's just take a moment to grab the knees and arch and round the spine and just notice how much more flexibility there is. You know, there's an expression, you're only as old as your spine is flexible. All right, here we go. I'm going to put this belt to the side now. Let's just do some finger exercises. Interlace your hands, your fingers I should say, and point them upward. Elbows actively lifting. When you do this, it helps you lift the heart instead of sinking like this. Now, widen your hands apart, but your fingers are still interlaced. Look at this nice straight line, no drooping, heart lifting. Now press forward. That'll give you a good stretch for those of you who have been on the computer while we're on this downtime. Or even if you've been doing some crafts or hobbies that use your hands a lot, arch back, lift your chin, lift your heart, lift your tail. Lift your tail. Now come up onto the balls of your feet. Again, if your elbows bent or your head jutted forward, it might be more appropriate to be working here so you can get the lift in the heart. Now, just release down. Let's fly a little bit. Keep your heels lifting. Lead with the wrists and fly. Try to bring your arms behind you instead of in front of you like this. You can even explore several different planes. Come behind you, come in front of you. Very nice. All right, let's scoot forward onto the edge of the chair. If you have a flimsy chair like mine, be very careful with this. Okay, So now I'm going to bring my foot forward and take your left foot forward. Spread the toes like we did before. Keep the lift. Keep your core in traction. All right, now I'm just going to pump the gas down to the floor. When my foot comes all the way to the floor, I'm then going to take my toes all the way to the floor. Lift the heart, lift the left arm or the corresponding arm to the leg, and then come forward. Reach forward, don't round forward. Extend, lift, keep lifting the heart. Keep lifting the heart. When you've come as far as you can without rounding, take your hand down, press it into the shin, pull the bow. Breathe. You're going to get a nice stretch on the back of the leg. If this doesn't give you a stretch, come further. If you catch yourself looking at the floor, back way up and look up. On the next inhale, reach up, bring the foot back and the hand down. All right, right foot forward. You should still be on the edge of the chair, and this will help you resist the tendency to lean back. As we get fatigued, we do that. All right, now pump the foot. Pump the gas. And then push the ball of the foot all the way to the floor, and then the toes to the floor. Pull the bow, shoulders back, heart lifting. Now I'm not squeezing my shoulders, I'm just really opening and broadening the heart center. Isn't that what we need right now? All right, here we go. Bring the right arm up, extend, look upward, look at your hand. Keep lifting the heart, feel that strengthening exercise on your back. You're contracting the back muscles. How far can you come before you start rounding? Don't do it. Don't let yourself do it. Bring your hand down at that point and pull the bow. You can press down for resistance. Pull the bow. All right, inhale, come back up, root down to come back up. Bring the hand and the feet back. Okay, now I'm going to take my feet wide and just come down onto your knees. So I'm going to put my forearm on my inner knee and press this way. And then come back. Right forearm to right inner knee and press. That helps you resist this tendency, and it gives you a good stretch along the inner thighs. Keep your chin lifting. Keep your arch in the back. All right, now come forward, hands on your knees, and just get as deep in between your knees as you can with your torso. If you're reaching like this, better to come up here and work here. If you're more flexible, you'll be able to come all the way down. This is like a squat. You grab your ankles, bend your elbows to press your knees apart. Extend forward. Remember, traction is the game. Breathe, slow your breath. All right, now I'm going to take my right hand to my left ankle, left hand up on my knee, twist. Breathe. Back to center, both hands on knees. Come down a little closer to the floor with your heart. Now, left hand to right ankle, twist. Come back to center, hands on your knees, heart forward, using your core, press down to come up, maintaining that bowspring. Reach back, grab the back of your chair and lift. Bring your elbows back. Now walk your feet back to center. Clasp your elbows behind your back, or just your hands or wrists if that's what you need to do. But this is just a good shoulder stretch. Switch which arm is on the top. Tone the belly in, arch back. See how your arms come very conveniently right across your waistband of your pants. This reminds you to arch your back. This is where little children live. You ever notice that? Their hearts are way up here, and their shoulders are back over their hips. All right, bring your hands back down on your lap, and just notice you are a new person. All right, I like to scoot back a little bit. Just don't look for the back of the chair, and if anything, I want you to notice how often you do that now. All right, cross your left ankle over your right knee and just grab a hold of the shin. Not a tight grip, you're just using it for leverage to pull the bow. I'm keeping my foot flexed. There's a tendency here to sickle your ankle, and you have to really find a way to keep that foot in a nice, sometimes we refer to it as a floint, but it's just aligned. All the bones are aligned. This should feel pretty deep. If your knee is way up here because your hips are tight, then that's okay. I don't want you to try to force your knee down and round your back. Just keep pulling the bow, pulling the bow. Eventually you'll be able to rotate the knee down. All right, now try lifting the knee and turning toward it. This is a closed twist. You're going to feel a stretch all down here. Oscillate the head, relieve the neck. Keep your gaze lifted. What a metaphor for life. Stay uplifted. Keep your heart open. All right, now back down. For those of you who have a little more flexibility in your hips, keeping your heart lifted and the beautiful bow in the low back, you can come forward. Watch the tendency to bow the head or the shoulders. Pull the bow. You can even put your hand against your foot for dynamic resistance. You'll really feel that in your hip. Breathe slow and deep, slow and deep. All right, pressing down through the ankle. Inhale to come back up. Lovely. All right. Just take a moment to feel the difference. You feel that? This hip feels completely different than the one we haven't done. All right, right foot up. I like to put the ankle right above the knee. Flex the foot firmly or floint it, because the ball of the foot is just a little beyond the heel and I'm actively spreading my toes. Grab a hold of the shin, pull the bow. Heart lifting, breathe. Calm the body. This hip opener should feel achy and deep, but you can tell it's opening those tight, compressed parts of the SI joint and lower back. You're flooding your hip socket with wonderful, life-giving synovial fluid. Breathe. All right, come forward if you can, without rounding, till you feel that deep, deep pull and breathe into it. Keep beautiful alignment no matter what you do. How deep you get into a pose doesn't matter. It's all about beautiful alignment. All right, inhale, root down to come up. Keep that nice long torso. Now lift the knee toward the opposite shoulder, and this turns the body into the knee. Oscillate your head. Feel that nice stretch on the outer hip. All right, here we go. Bring the knee down. Sit up nice and tall. Let's do a brief meditation. As you plant your feet on the floor, I'm going to turn the music off. Close your eyes. If you have glasses, it's nice to remove them because it helps the eyes relax. You can use chin mudra, palms down or up. Try them both. See which one feels right. You can also just rest the left palm on top of the right and allow your thumbs to gently touch. You can stay in undulate or namaste mudra, or just simply relax your hands in your lap. I'm keeping my jaw relaxed, tongue away from the roof of the mouth, teeth separated. See how relaxing that is to your eye sockets and cheeks. The lips are very softly sealed. I'm going to visualize 50 trillion cells in my body dancing with joy, reconfiguring all this new information, new alignment, deeper breath, a relaxed body free of tension, an uplifted outlook on life. Positivity abounds. I have a strong, capable immune system. And no matter what, I will be just fine. Let your breath relax. Try not to let your mind stray. Bring your hands in front of your heart and bow to the light within. I bow to that divine light in each of you. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.